Hello, busy single parents. It's me, your favorite author, transformational speaker, and busy single parent advocate, Author Mia Turner Whitley, author of Amazon best-selling book, Life According to the Busy Single Parent, Success Stories and Solutions to Bring Calm to Your Chaotic World. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Wow, you are doing amazing things as a busy single parent, and don't let no one else tell you anything different. Thank you for being your wonderful self and pressing through all the challenges you faced last week. Make this upcoming week be a piece of cake. This is your weekly soul pause, a moment just for you. We are in the middle of introductions and excerpts from my book, the authors in my book, Life According to the Busy Single Parent, where they're sharing their success stories and solutions to bring calm to your chaotic world. And the thing that I love about this the most is it lets you know that you are not alone. This is a beautiful tapestry of lived experiences woven by 10 courageous authors who understand the strength, struggle, and sacredness of your story. So next up, let me introduce you to our next Amazon best-selling author, Miss Kymberly Davidson. Yay! The title of her chapter is Overcoming Illness and Trauma. Kymberly Davidson is an up-and-coming author who is soon to release 2 works on empowerment. Kymberly Davidson is originally from North Carolina and has lived in Honolulu, Hawaii. Aloha, hang loose, for many years. She attended Admiral Arthur Radford High School in Honolulu, Hawaii. How great is that? She is a proud HBCU, which stands for Historically Black College and University. Graduate of Johnson C. Smith University in Charlotte, North Carolina. Kymberly also holds 2 master's degrees in counseling and human services and forensic psychology. She is a certified master life coach to trauma survivors. So that's a peek into who she is. Now let's jump around a little bit in her chapter. Her chapter title is Overcoming Illness and Trauma. Parenting is one of the hardest and most rewarding responsibilities bestowed upon us. Parenting is a gift in itself. As parents, we often overlook a blessing we are given. Single parents have more to contend with without the help of a partner or someone to share the load with. We are not often afforded the luxury of time to ourselves, nor are we able to skip out on our responsibilities. I can speak from experience. I was a single mother twice. Twice I found the courage to pack my bags, grab my daughters, and leave without a second glance. Twice I was able to begin again. All right, and we're going to jump around a little bit in her chapter. And we're going to move to, I took my responsibility as a mother very seriously and relied upon the teachings of my mother and grandmother from my daughter's upbringing. I worked every day and kept my daughters clean and well dressed. We would explore the city and attend church events and barbecues. I found a system that worked for me. My daughters and I began to thrive in our new life. I was able to multitask with precision and ease. We played dress up and tea parties and a girls' night. Eventually, I started to date again. I initially met my second husband in college. We had taken courses together in the early 90s. I ran into him at my job and he immediately asked me to join him for lunch. We did not date, but would attend each other's family events and so on. I avoided his advances for several years. I didn't feel he was ready for me, and I wasn't willing to share my world with anyone on a permanent basis. All right, I'm going to skip around a little bit more. My daughters were now pre-teenagers. We seemed to have recovered from all the trauma that we had endured. So you have to get the book to find out what those traumas were. I decided to return to school and obtain another degree. I wanted to show my daughters that it was possible to attain their goals in spite of everything. No excuses. Within a year of my cancer diagnosis and treatments, I was cleared medically. Life was improving by the day for the three of us. My daughters were growing beautifully into young women. I often look back tearfully on how fast they grew up and how I was blessed to be there to witness every step of it. Let's skip over a couple of paragraphs. One night I was home alone and was talking on the phone with a friend of mine. While I was speaking with her, she recalled that my speech became distorted, and I asked her to call for an ambulance. She called for an ambulance, as did I, before I passed out on the living room floor with my phone in my hand. I was taken to the emergency room and diagnosed to have had a near-fatal thyroid storm. My Graves' disease had returned with a vengeance. I struggled through the same symptoms that I experienced initially with my illness. This time, I still held the responsibility of raising two daughters alone and maintaining a strenuous class schedule. I began to lose an excessive amount of weight again and required assistance walking, as I had gotten so weak. I managed to put the best front on for my daughters, but the pain was nearly intolerable. I smiled in public and cried in torture each time I took a shower, hoping the hot water would wash the pain down the drain. Weeks would pass and I was not responding to the medication. I was referred to a specialist and received a diagnosis that I was not expecting. And that is where we'll stop for Kymberly's story. Oh, so amazing to see. You know how they say, you don't look like what you've been through. Well, that is Kymberly Davidson. She definitely does not look like what she has been through. But I love her chapter. I love her life experiences of overcoming domestic violence, as well as all the trauma she experienced in broken relationships, as well as with her health issues. And guess what? I will share this with you. I graduated from college with my second bachelor's degree that May. I was featured on the local news for all that I had overcome to graduate. I learned that the sun will still rise despite any tribulations you may face, and you will have another chance to better your yesterday. Get your copy today of my book, Life According to the Busy Single Parent, on my website, miaspeaks.com, and all you have to do is click on the shop tab. Thank you for taking this moment for you. I hope today's excerpt spoke to your heart and reminded you of your resilience, your brilliance, and your belonging. Be gentle and kind and loving and show grace with yourself on this week. And meet me back here next Sunday for another chapter from this soul-led collection of beautiful, busy single parents. Until then, keep leading your life with grace and courage. You are seen, you are strong, and you are so loved. God bless, and don't forget, take 5 minutes of self-care for you.